Welcome back to another Warhammer the Old World Battle Report. Once again, we have the Blood Nagas of Khuresh being played by using the Cathay Army Special Rules, but we're playing against Empire. We got Mao Ying, Shogungan General, a Magistrate on Balloon, Sentinel with, I think I took Plague of Rust this game, 2 cannons, 10 Celestial Dragon Guard Jade Lancers, and 16 Jade Warriors. My opponent's list had an Empire General and a Griffin, 3 Demigriffs, I think they were White Wolf, a unit of Road Wardens with pistols, big unit of State Troops, Veterans with the Griffin banner, and a level 4 Mage with Battle Magic, 2 Great Cannons, unit Outriders, some Archers, and then a unit, I think, maybe Inner Circle White Wolf Knights, and then a little unit of regular Knights. So he did some vanguards forward, but then I think I got first turn. And both my cannons misfired and took a wound each. So I still haven't gotten to see, gotten to actually shoot with them and do a Thunderous Impact. So everything else just sort of pushed forward strongly on this flank, and then my Jade Lancers are just sort of jockeying against some of his cavalry. He pushes the Demigriffs up onto the hill, shooting, I think, maybe from a cannon or from the Pistoliers. Kills a few of my Lancers, and he backed up with his Knights out of the charge range of my big flying combat characters. And then his cannons, I think he went after the Sentinel and did a few wounds to it. Or maybe one went through the Lancers, I'm not sure. Sentinel's taking some wounds. So yeah, I think they went after the Sentinels. The General charged into the Archers and didn't quite manage to kill them. Miao Ying just went into the woods. She could see, I think she declared, what happened? Someone declared a charge on the Outriders, and they did a fire and flee. Shooting from, I think, the balloon into the Knights, or I managed to do, a cannon shot into them. No cannons this turn, so it must have been the balloon or a magic missile from Miao Ying. Killed off a few of the White Wolf Knights, and my Lancers charged the Demigriffs. I used Drill to go wide. I think I barely won. I think I won combat by 1. I got 7, so I took 2 casualties. I think I did a couple wounds, but then I had War Banner. So I managed to beat them, I think, by 1. They rolled, and then they rolled super high and fell back in good order through the Griffin, which sort of left these Lancers. They got on the charge arc of the State Troops, but they're not in a great position. So then his Knights charged the Sentinel to try and do, I think it only had 1 wound left. They failed. These Knights failed their charge. The other ones went in, failed to do a wound, and then the Sentinel killed them. The Griffin went into the Jade Lancers, fought a challenge, and lost. He rolled poorly, and then he lost on combat res, and he fell back in good order through, again, he rolled super high. He fell back in good order through his Demigriffs. And the Shogungan General, I think, killed off the Archers, and his Pistoliers started to swing around behind me. And his cannons, I think he killed off both of my cannons with his. So then the Shogungan General and Miao Ying charged the 2 cannons and killed them. The Sentinel starts moving over. My balloon's flying over here. I'm trying to get this infantry unit, I think, declared charge, but couldn't make it into the State Troops, and the Lancers went on the side because they were stuck. I maybe could have used Drilled and tried to just escape, but with the Griffin there, it wasn't a great proposition. So they went on the side. Did disrupt them, so they didn't get their +6 combat res or whatever from the Griffin banner, but I don't think I won that combat anyways, or one of us gave ground. which is leaving them in a bad spot. The General on Griffin charges Mao Ying, and they would fight a challenge for quite a few turns, gradually chipping each other down. So I think, yeah, after the first one, we each were down 4 wounds. I think we're both 7s to start. So we both each taken 3. The Demigriffs kill off the Jade Lancers, turn around to face the Shigangan General. Pistoliers move up and start shooting off warrior guys. Oh, there had been an engineer here, so he did get a. Yeah, I forget how this worked, but I was fighting in my flank, which was giving him an extra combat res, which was helping him out. But yeah, so then my turn. The Shigangan General comes into the back of the Griffin Banner guys, which once again disrupts them, so they don't get their rank bonuses again. Let me kill off some. This fight keeps going down. I think, yeah, there's some wounds. They fall back in good order. Take some protests because they have to go away from the Jade Lancers. And the Shigangan General turns around, chases them, and catches them, but is now set up to be getting hit by the Demigriffs. I think that, let's see if I can zoom in a bit here. Nope. Yeah, so Miao Ying's down to 1 wound, and I believe the Griffin was down to 1 wound as well from that challenge, and I've given ground and fallen back a little bit. The Demigriffs and the State Troops kill off the Shigangan General and then reform. I had failed to cast my illusion spell. So Miao Ying charges back into the Griffin, and the Jade Warriors charge into the State Troops, and the balloon kills off some of the Road Wardens, down to 1, the Unit Champ, and my Sentinels moved up behind, which is important because in whichever turn this was, the General actually on 1 wound manages to defeat Miao Ying's dragon form and force her to turn back into a human, and she now only has 1 wound in human form, but she can appear outside of charge arc, which is good. The Jade Warriors beat up the State Troops, and the balloon is picking on the Griffins. This means that my turn, the Sentinel is able to charge into the Griffin, and then I actually get a Monster Slayer wound and kill him, even though he only has 1 wound left. The Jade Warriors kill off the State Troops and are left fighting just the Wizard, and the balloon is continuing to chip down the Demigriff and sort of positions in itself where it can do a stand and shoot with its Dragonfire bombs, which will be pretty effective. So that was the end of the game there. Yeah, pretty hard. I mean, interesting to see Empire with the 1.5 changes. I think they're quite good now. I was lucky in terms of getting behind the State Troop unit and the flanking it, because just going into it with its whatever it is, static, almost 8, I think, combat res, it's really tough. I was surprised that Miao Ying lost to the Empire General, but sometimes things happen. And the balloon is super good. I mean, I think it's taken 1 wound, just flies around and blows stuff up. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, so it's a good game, super fun. Yeah, the Cathay, the magic is not, like, I have 2 super powerful bound items in this guy and the Jade Lancers with Plague of Rust, which I was getting off this game more than the other game. But the actual casting from Miao Ying or the Shigangan General is not very reliable because she spends most of the game as a dragon, which is what I think you should do with her. She's only a level 2. But they work well in tandem. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.